Hey everybody, welcome. My name's Aaron Gould, and I would like to introduce the Cisco Certified Network Associate Program or certification. I'd like to talk about the blueprint. First of all, this is me. These are some of the certifications, not some of, these are all of the certifications pretty much that I've gotten over the years. There's the Juniper ones that I've gotten. Here's the Cisco ones that I've gotten. Some of them were renamed. This is the old service provider, CCNP. It's retired. Now it's called this. And so also Metro Ethernet Forum and a few others. So that's me. And here is the CCNA certification. Go into training, learning, and certifications. Click on certifications. Click on Explore All Certifications. And so if we go down, you see Entry, Associate, Professional, and Expert. There's a few different variants of CCT. This is really like a field tech in getting to know equipment and cables and stuff like that. Some of the low-level things about Ethernet are learned here. CCNA is the next step up from that. We're going to talk about CCNA. And so 200-301 is the current test number. They change that from time to time, so you'll have to stay abreast of Cisco's modifying the number. They modify the blueprint on occasion as well. Here it is right here, download the blueprint. I think if you click on this, it's the same thing. Let's check that. 200-301 CCNA exam overview. Let's see what the difference is if we click on that or if we click on exam blueprint. Okay, takes you to a little bit of a different web page. So anyway, this is the CCNA blueprint. You have 6 sections: network fundamentals, network access, IP connectivity, IP services, security fundamentals, automation, and programmability. As usual, Cisco will heavily weight, or more heavily weight, some of those modules or sections. As you can see, IP connectivity is 25%. I'll say right away that you usually need to get like between 75 and 85% of an overall score to pass. Cisco usually scores the exams like 0 to 1,000. I think you get like 300 points just for sitting in the chair. So I think you usually have to get between like I think I've seen it as low as 690, 700 or something like that on the low end for some exams. I forget what the CCNA passing grade is. It's changed over time. But I recall that recently I've heard around 800. So anyway, sorry for being so vague with that. Maybe we could find out. Hang on a second. Okay, here we go. I just found this. On the Cisco Learning Network website, as of May 2020, somebody posted around, they said, I think others have said 825. So 825% of 1,000. So with that said, just know that you need to get about 80%. Here you have 20, 40, 65, 75, 90, 100. So you need to get about 80, 85% of these correct in order to pass. So I would advise that it would make sense to focus on the more heavily weighted ones. Between these 3, you're at 65%. So you only need another 20% to pass. So if you can get 5 and 10 and 5 out of these, then you're good to go. Okay, so enough said about that. It says it's a 2-hour exam. Somewhere in here you might find, or online, that it's about, how many questions it is. Something I want to draw your attention to, like go into one of these sections. Here you only have to explain the role and functions of these. Here you have to describe characteristics of these. Here you have to compare these. So My point is that look at these key words of how much you need to know about these things. Here you have to compare TCP and UDP. Here you have to configure and verify. So this would be configuration commands and show commands, verification of v4 addressing and subnetting. Same thing about v6, configure and verify v6 addressing and prefix. Compare various v6 address types. So anyway, I just wanted to clue you into that. If you're new to Cisco exams, you don't need to know how to configure everything. You just need to know how to configure these two things in this section number 3 on IP connectivity. You need to be able to determine something. You need to be able to interpret something. And so just don't dive into the CCNA blueprint and think, oh no, I have to configure everything on this list. Some things you need to understand at a high level. You need to be able to explain it. You need to be able to differentiate and compare the difference. And other things, you need to compare them. Okay, so configure. That's a quick down and dirty on the CCNA and just an introduction to myself and that CCNA blueprint. And I probably won't cover every single topic on this entire blueprint, but I'll do my best to cover particularly the foundational network concepts and some other things along the way that I hope are helpful to you in your journey. All right, thank you.